Wonderful. It's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
We can tell you that Ozzy will be making one more final journey through his beloved Birmingham.
That final journey begins at 1 p.m. in Ozzy's hometown. His body will travel by hearse, eventually heading here to Birmingham's Black Sabbath Bridge.
It's pouring rain in Birmingham. 40,000 fans in dripping ponchos are crammed into Villa Park, waiting for a miracle. The man they've come to see, Ozzy Osbourne, is 76, shaking from Parkinson's, and hasn't walked a stage in years. Tonight he plans to trade a wheelchair for a throne and prove there's still fire in his lungs. What those fans don't know is that this night was planned down to the last meter on a map. Ozzy and his wife Sharon promised each other he would start and finish his story in the same neighborhood that first heard his voice. This is how they pulled it off, and why his final roar is still echoing around the world.
I've been in a miserable, with this injury out of my neck. It's been really miserable for me, because I mean, when you go for a rehab surgery, you don't think the doctors are going to screw it up, And you got to live with it, They got
Stick around. At the 7-minute mark, you'll see the hand-drawn map that proves Ozzy planned this goodbye decades ago. By midsummer 2025, the Osbourne mansion had contracted to a single sitting room heavy with lavender and antiseptic. The once indestructible Prince of Darkness needed assistance to sit upright. His tremors turned tea into treacherous tide pools. Yet inside, behind ice-blue eyes flickering like stage strobes, memory pulsed unbroken. He retold Sharon about Aston winters when frostbite nipped fretboard fingers. About sneaking into the Aston Hippodrome balcony to watch Beatles tribute acts. About the January 1969 gig where he forgot the second verse of Warning, but the audience roared him back on tempo. On 26 June, the sunset bleeding tangerine across Buckinghamshire Hills, Ozzy's voice thinned to a crackling fuse. If the last photo is me in a wheelchair, torch the prince. I want them deaf from the fire. Sharon's eyes brimmed, but her hand didn't shake as she tapped record. The phone captured a vow and the quiver that threatened to erase it.
I just get hammered all the time. Yeah. And now, I mean, I'm nearly a year without now, which is, I'm coming away and I'm going, there are people here, not just a haze.
Is this what all happened before? Is it just a vague memory? Or?
I went into blackouts, which I didn't realise. When I went into rehab.
Medical Frontline. A tri-panel of specialists projected doom. Vital capacity 1.19 point, 40% of predicted. Oxygen saturation plunging below 88% after 8 minutes vertical. Unified Parkinson's Rating Scale, UPDRS, Stage 4 tremor. Statistical prognosis, mid-set respiratory arrest likely. Data counter strike, Sharon produced biometric logs showing Ozzy's heart arrhythmia smoothing whenever Sabbath's 1970 master tracks blasted through headphones. Adrenaline functioning like impromptu bronchodilators.
Yes, he is. The Prince of Darkness there, Ozzy Osbourne, is going home to glory. A funeral fit for a heavy metal icon taking place today in Osbourne's hometown of Birmingham in the UK, very close to my hometown. Legions of his loyal fans here lining the streets to remember the godfather of heavy metal.
She argued music as medicine, and the doctors signed a waiver under one condition. A mobile ICU must shadow every lyric. The Throne Blueprint. Sharon hired Giles Rayner, ex-Virgin Galactic seat engineer, with a blank check and 2 lines of brief. Indestructible titanium spine. Velvet blacker than blackout. The result? 94 kilogram frame. Air bladder lumbar grid. Dual oxygen feeds hidden in rear tubing. Armrests sculpted to mimic medieval gauntlets. Upholstery rated for 300 kilograms lateral stress, but cushioned to fool cameras into reading regal, not rehab.
So now, as far as the where you at with the Parkinson's, are you feel like you're in a...
You know something? I never think about it. I don't go, oh, I got Parkinson's, because it's so mild. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Brotherhood Assembly at 313 BST. Tony Iommi texted back to a 14-second voicemail of Ozzy wheezing the War Pigs intro. Tell him I'll bring the thunder. Geezer Butler demanded ICU schematics. Bill Ward simply replied with a thumb emoji timestamp. Over 48 sleepless hours, Lars Ulrich, Axl Rose, Rob Halford, and Scott Ian agreed to appear, each bound by NDAs sealed in crimson wax shaped like a bat wing. An inside joke that flashed teeth even in crisis.
It was in this city that he gave birth to heavy metal, and a place where fans would do anything to get one last moment with the Prince of Darkness.
It was emotional. You know, when his cortege went past, oh my God. It was very emotional. It was very, very too.
Philosophy of surprise. Sharon, marketer turned guardian, believed hype can crush frail lungs. No trailers, no leaks. Shock is stronger than morphine. Psychic weather. Even without confirmation, something seismic stirred. 5-story murals sprouted on derelict brick. Ozzy's face in thermochromic paint turning blood red above 21 degrees. Queensway Bridge was rechristened Osbourne Bridge on May 1st. Fans zip-tied guitar picks and handwritten confessions, "Your scream nursed my divorce," to its railings. Local buses flashed "Thank you, Ozzy" between route codes.
I think coming back to play the city just a couple of weeks ago before he passed on, it's kind of testament to how much of the city was in him.
The epic fan farewell reportedly comes before his family holds a small private funeral for the rock star.
Culinary medal. Street food chemists measured Scoville units as dB levels. Crazy Train curry clocked in at 110 dB, Paranoid Pie at 95. A Digbeth bar served Iron Man Imperial Stout, aged with charred instrument strings. Classroom revolt. Music teachers tossed recorders for Squire Strats. 8-year-olds learned E-power chords before Twinkle Twinkle. A YouTube of 50 school kids hammering Iron Man on tiny amps cracked 15 million views in a week.
Well, I'm better than I was. I had to have 2 more surgeries to put right what he done. I don't think I'll ever walk properly again, but I'm trying my hardest to get up.
Economics of anticipation. Hotel occupancy soared past 98%. Even spare bedrooms in suburban Sutton Coldfield Airbnb'd for festival rates. The city airflow felt like lungs inhaling before a scream it didn't yet understand. Logistics Symphony. Under codename Project Blizzard, rehearsals ran from 11 to 3 to dodge inquisitive drones. Engineers mapped O2 line lengths to chorus durations. Pyrotechs adjusted magnesium loads so sparks cooled to safe temps within 2 meters, allowing breathtaking visuals without heating the damp air Ozzy would breathe. Medical redundancy. Beneath the East Stand, a modular ICU packed ventilators, portable CT scanner, 200-amp power redundancies, and 2 neuroanesthetists prepping rescue lidocaine for potential laryngeal spasms. Neuroscience of courage. Sharon's nightly mantra. Lights down, hold him. Wasn't poetic flourish, it was neurological shorthand. Keep external stimuli minimal post-show to prevent dopamine crash that can trigger tremor storms. Wind whipped rain into needle spray as ponchos rustled like plastic surf. The instant Ozzy's throne rolled into view, decibels peaked at 118, comparable to a 737 takeoff. His raised fingers shook but never lowered. Mama, I'm coming home, opening vowel fractures into rain. The audience stitches it shut with 40,000 harmonies. Neurosurgeons in the medical bay watch vitals climb from 88% to 92% SpO2, music literally oxygenating blood. War pigs, anti-war riffs collide with real-time lightning. Ozzy salutes Iommi mid-solo, tears bright as soldier beads. NIB and Paranoid, crowd morphs into choir. Ozzy mouths words, conserving breath while calibrating the next strike.
They told me about blackouts, and I thought they were just trying to frighten me. Until I woke up one morning in Amersham jail, and they read the charge sheet that I was charged with attempted murder. I go, what about? I tried to strangle my wife.
Crazy Train, the iconic laugh ricochets through soaked concrete. Lightning forks again. Some swear the sky timed its flash to the riff. Ozzy tilts forward, illusion of standing, and bellows, "All aboard?" The note splinters like safety glass, but the crowd's reply fuses it whole. A small, satisfied smile etches across his face. He nods once. Blackout. Promise fulfilled. Daily liturgy. Sunrise. Earl Grey, trembling but unspilled. Mid-morning. Stephen King audiobooks. Horror comforted him, he told Jack. Noon. Physiotherapy ball squeezes to keep tremor-locked fingers limber. Afternoons. Grandkids pile on, demanding the PG-13 Bat story. Evenings. Vinyl pilgrimages. John Lee Hooker's modal blues. Beatles' psychedelic edges. Rainbow's cathedral chords reverberating off oak panels. Micro goodbyes. He FaceTimed Geezer to thank him for grooves that saved my voice. Left voice notes to Metallica's Lars. Drums sounded like bombs, mate. Final on-camera line to fans recorded 3 days pre-death. Remember the fire, never the flicker. Final breath. 22nd July, 0212 BST. Breathing slows. Eyes focus on Sharon. No quip, no lyric. Last exhale is so soft the ECG tech has to double-check leads. Silence settles heavy as velvet. Digital roar. Within 3 hours, #ThankYouOzzy trends in 63 countries. Spotify Sabbath streams jump 1,425%. Paranoid climbs Apple charts above contemporary pop.
If I don't take the medication, I tremor a little bit in the morning. I mean, as long as I take the medication, I'm fine.
It's more the spine injury that's been hindering you versus the Parkinson's.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Iconic skylines. Tower Bridge, Times Square, Shibuya Crossing bathe in purple and orange. Ozzy's silhouette looping every 10 minutes. Bloomberg monitors compare global electricity spikes to Super Bowl halftime shows. Fans cranking amps simultaneously cause measurable grid stress. Cultural vigil. Sunset Boulevard blocks traffic under candle traffic. Sao Paulo's 1,000-voice choir renders "Mama, I'm Coming Home" in Portuguese. In Kiev bomb shelters, battery-powered speakers blast "Crazy Train" while sirens wail overhead. Peer reverence. Elton John's Polaroid caption, "Loudest soul, softest heart." Paul McCartney tweets, "Legends don't die, they echo." Tony Iommi posts rehearsal snapshots. "My brother is gone, the thunder remains." Rolling Stone publishes Sharon's diary page, a compass-tight 5-kilometer circle around Ozzy's childhood doorstep. She wrote, "Birth rift to death chord. Destiny is a loop. Villa Park perches dead on perimeter, closing life's circuit with millimeter accuracy." This wasn't nostalgia, it was geographical poetry. Ozzy began and ended within one heartbeat of Earth, a closed feedback loop echoing forever. Monetary aftershocks. £148 million channels into Birmingham Children's Hospital's forthcoming Osbourne Neuroscience Wing, Acorns Children's Hospices, Crazy Train Music Therapy Suites, and Cure Parkinson's Trust's gene-editing venture Project Blizzard. Industry ripples. Metallica christens their 2026 Trek Crazy Train Legacy Tour. A tribute LP, Fire in the Dark, pairs Billie Eilish whispers with Slayer's tremolo riffs. Vatican Radio concedes a decibel can carry divinity. Eternal Dare. Ozzy's final roar turns frailty into thunderous communion, converting a failing nervous system into global defibrillator for hope. For anyone convinced their best riffs are behind them, his life signs off with a dare. Twist the volume. Light a candle for fighters everywhere, and remember, a perfectly timed scream can split storms, pulse beyond bones, and echo until the last amplifier in heaven cools.